We've made it back here on the morning show talking Camp Chief Ouray, but first a big thanks to the Village at Winter Park Resort. Lots of shops, restaurants, and they are more than you can imagine at the ski resort. And they're also telling you to find your next this year. It's the 2015-16 tagline, find your next activity. We're finding our next activity out at Snow Mountain Ranch, and it's Camp Chief Ouray, hanging out with Mike Ouhl here. What's on your wrist there? That's the biggest buddy band I've ever seen.
This is part of our mission statement. It says for all, and we take this very seriously.
I can tell that's 3 times the size of the norm.
We want to be able to read it ourselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I can actually read that. A lot of them you see in such little print, you're just kind of like, what is that? But yeah, I got you. For all.
We want to make sure that we're welcoming to everyone, and whether that be ethnic, whether that be religious, whether that be socioeconomic, we want to make sure that we're available for anyone who wants to have an experience in the Rocky Mountains. So for Camp Chief Ouray ourselves, we actually do a big scholarship push, and we ask parents who are coming to camp to give to the scholarship fund, so if someone does have an issue with paying for camp, we can still get them there.
So the families that can afford it, if they can just throw a little more in the hat, then that can pool up and maybe we can help a family or two that can't.
Right, because camp is such an impactful piece of children's lives that we want to make sure everyone has a chance to do that.
And as we've all found out, once you fall in love with nature, you can move to a place like Winter Park.
Right.
And you don't need to be rich, but you can fall in love with these activities and go hiking and camping. And
right.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're able to do that socioeconomically, but we're also open to anyone. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to, if you're atheist, that's fine. If you're Muslim, that's fine. We want to make sure that you're welcome at our facility.
In today's world, that couldn't be more important with everyone dividing themselves in whatever group it might be. You're not worried about that. It's just come one, come all. So how fantastic. How many scholarships are we talking here? Like, are you guys doing 1 or 2 a year, or what's?
No, we're giving out a little over 200 a year.
200 scholarships.
Yeah.
That's
incredible. And they range in size. So depending on the need, we can scholarship.
Well, I see. So this could be a little portion to help fund you, or it could be the whole thing.
Correct.
So you've got some people that get a full ride out. That's neat.
Yeah, so, and it's, again, it's just a way to get everyone in to have this experience.
And how, like, let's say I'd love to come out and do this, but we just don't have the money. What are steps I take to achieve that?
On our website, we actually, if you go to our dates and rates page, right at the top of the page, there's a link to click for scholarship information. And there's a little form to fill out. You send it back in, we compare it to our charts, and we call you up after that. We don't do anything by email beyond that point. We call, say, this is what we're able to offer you. Will you accept, and go forward from there?
So some kids that don't even understand what opportunity is up here, do you do anything to kind of help underprivileged kids, find out about this program and bring them up here? Or do most people find you kind of at this point?
At this point, a lot of people are finding us, but we are reaching out more into the Denver area. We've been trying to build some partnerships with some different organizations down on the Front Range so that we can get out there and really meet those kids who are underserved and need this piece.
What an amazing opportunity. So how long, you said you've been doing this for a year now. How long has Camp Chief Ouray been in existence?
Over 100 years. I think we're coming up on 109 years
right
at this
here?
point. Well, it's been as part of the YMCA of the Rockies since 1980. Before that, it was owned by the Denver Y. And when the Denver Y was having some issues, we bought everything off of them and moved it to Snow Mountain Ranch, and we've been running it ever since. So.
What a fantastic, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's a big piece.
Rich history, and obviously our activities up here, endless and growing, technology and changes.
And they were located just between Granby and Grand Lake, so that we didn't move far.
Well, I can't harp on Snow Mountain Ranch enough. It's such a wonderful place, and there's so many people that come here for so many different reasons, whether it's coming to mountain biking or skiing or whatever it might be, but you can't encourage them enough to just take one day of your trip and go check out Snow Mountain Ranch, see what's out there, and it'll inspire you to go do it Camp Chief Ouray or some other activity. Now, I think you mentioned that space is filling up already for this summer.
It is, and we have a point on our website. If you open up campchiefouray.org, right up at the top underneath the banner, there's a thing that says check availability. You can go in there and see what is still available. And our registration process, we usually open up to the general public in November.
So this starts already coming up this November. You kind of
this November we'll open it up to the general public, and it fills pretty quick. With this year, we had most of our programs filled by February. So
a lot of them are even sold out already.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, there are still some openings. So get on there, check it out, campchiefouray.org.
Yes.
And then what was the tab you want to click on?
Check availability.
Check availability. Well, it could be more easy. So once again, Mike, thanks so much for being on the show. Mike is the executive director of Camp Chief Ouray. He's the man when it comes to outdoor activity. I'm kind of curious I'd like to get out there and take a hike with you sometime, man. See what you really know. No, I'm just kidding. Find out how that moose treats us. But Mike, thanks a ton for being on our show. We'd love to have you back again sometime.
Thank you.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break and stick around because it's one of my favorite portions of the show every week is when I get to go throw some food. We're going to stop by Da Vinci's, located right here in Cooper Creek Square. Gorgeous deck, so check out Da Vinci's happy hour one of these days. And of course, Leo, local legend Leo, the owner. He is the head chef and he is a maestro. Love that guy. So Thanks again, Mike. We'll see you next time, and we'll be back shortly in Da Vinci's.